Good morning, everybody. This is Olivia from DOS Tarot. I'm here doing a reading from the stars, which means it's not designated to any one particular zodiac sign or one particular person. This is for the masses. Whoever sees the title and thinks it interests them or might resonate with them, feel free to read it. It's just something that I try to pull one every day, but I know I've got some issues going on right now, so I'm kind of slacking off some, but I'm wanting this to become full-time again because I really love doing it. Really, really do. But with this particular layout, it looks like with the first card here, the Five of Swords, remember that's, getting dragged into other people's dramas or even making your own drama on other people. It can go either way. But with this particular card, you can see that this woman, she's holding this big flower. It's like she's not wanting to see the real picture. Or she don't want to see the whole picture, put it that way. She's like, it's almost like being in denial. Or not, or half in and half out. Or half life. She just doesn't feel, maybe like she's not being receptive or receiving somebody, or they've got their backs to each other. This man figure has the stitches where his heart should be, so this is probably somebody that's not very, they might be damaged, from something in the past that broke their heart. It could be something as simple as that, which is not really simple, but it's like you're wanting to be with them, but you're half in and half out because they're too broken and they may not be taking care of it. They may just let it be lingering, which would be kind of like not letting go of something, or at least not letting go of the memories of it, the emotional part of it. And with that being said, it looks to me like with this particular card, it's the Six of Swords, but look at how interesting this is. When you look at the two of these together, it's almost as if this female is saying, maybe I should, with the Six of Swords, remember that's headed out in a boat and going to a place where there's more peace, harmony, tranquility. And it almost feels like you're wanting to lift anchor and move on and look for something better. Because she's looking down at this island. And maybe maybe this is what she's leaving, or maybe she's wanting to go somewhere else. It could be either way. So it's like she's lifting herself out of the darkness of this person. Because they're probably not the same energy. Someone here may be more spiritual with the star on the tip of that rope, and somebody might not be at that point yet. With the Ace of Wands here, of course, this is always about learning lessons, learning about people, learning and trying to figure out what happened, because you do need to learn lessons. If you're involved with somebody and it's just not working, and you feel that energy, I need to get lifted up out of this. It's too dark. I want to go to some place. You might be needing to learn why that's happening to you before you take this change. And the reason I'm saying that, if you're meant to meet with somebody and just crossing paths, even for a short while, maybe this person is in your life for a reason and you're in their life for a reason. And maybe you're trying to figure out, why did this happen? Why isn't this changing? Because it's almost like a stalemate. It keeps happening, and this energy is just dragging this, whoever this is for, dragging you down. It's almost like, learn the lesson first before you move on. And over here we have the Six of Pentacles and the Emperor. Now, underneath these two cards, because it's linked to the Six of Pentacles, this is two women that are talking to one another, having a conversation. It's possible that there's something here that somebody needs to sit down and have a conversation. Now the conversation could be between, with the Emperor being here, the conversation could be between these two people, and somebody here is showing up as the Emperor. It could be the female, or it could be, I want to say it's the male, because to me the Emperor and the Empress are definitely their stated gender. The Empress is female and the Emperor is definitely male, because their energies are so opposite. So I'm assuming that this female is kind of wondering, is there something, if she sat down with this king and the two of you had a conversation, would it work? Would it help? And it looks like with the last card on the board, it's like the Four of Swords it's almost like saying, okay, you're going to have a conversation with somebody, you're going to get to the bottom of it, and then you're going to, both of you are going to take a time out and take that rest period to either rejuvenate and heal, and also possibly for just resting, just to really soak this in before you make a big change. Because right now the Six of Swords, remember the swords are about thinking. So somebody here is only thinking about moving away from something that feels dark. But I still feel like with the Ace of Wands, it's almost like the Divine is saying, you know, before you go any further, you need to learn your lesson. You need to learn what's going on here. And maybe this person doesn't have the full picture because they got one of their eyes covered with that flower. And maybe the Divine is saying, don't change just yet. It's almost like stay where you are. You can think about moving on, but don't actually make the physical move, because this is a mental thought. And the Six of Pentacles is basically talking about, you know, find out what the fairness is between the two of you. The fairness could be that you two are going to work this out, and you're going to just take a break from one another and then decide. It's almost like this female wants that person, but she knows that she can only take so much of it before she feels like moving on. But the Divine is saying, no, you just wait, just wait. And then the Two of Swords is also, there's a lot of swords in this reading, by the way. But this is the Two of Swords. Look at the two birds on top of this hat. And there's only one hole. And is that hat big enough for both people? That would probably be something that might be coming up in a conversation. Is this hat big enough for both of you? But look how big this Emperor's hat is. Holy man, I just realized. Look how high. His is like a castle. Because he is the Emperor. And his mustache is tree limbs. It's a beautiful card. And maybe somebody just has forgotten who they are. Maybe the hurt from something from the past, because he's looking outside of the reading. It makes me think he's looking back at something that broke his heart. Because right now his heart is kind of hollow. It's like there's no emotions for anything else at this point, because they need to rest and rejuvenate and heal. This is all about what this card is about. And it's like, it's not like do it. It's like stop right now and do it. You need to do it now. But I feel like it's going to be after some kind of conversation about a decision that's going to need to be made between the two of you. Or between the two of you, I should say, up here. Oh, it's very interesting reading. It's I don't know, it's just a very beautiful reading to me. Because at least there's attempts here that are being made, instead of just floating away and saying, adios, serenata, hasta la vista. You know, instead of doing that, you know, somebody's actually realizing they need to learn what's going on. And then the next card comes, or this is the first oracle card, and it's spring. See your seeds grow. So it could be that long before you can actually see what's going to happen here, which is okay, because people that get hurt severely and it ends up breaking their heart, it does take time for that to heal. And now we're going through the season in America where it's the end of fall and nearly the beginning of winter. So I can kind of see where this would fit here, to wait until spring, meaning stay with it until spring and then see how things develop. And let's see what the next card is, the energy card. Community. You two may live together, or not live together, but live in the same community, the same neighborhood. And it could be somebody that's just a true friend to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be love. So keep that in mind as well. But this is a friendship card. And two people that probably live in the same community. And then this here, spend quality time together. Listen and talk to each other. Oh my gosh, isn't that a beautiful saying? And maybe that's what's going to happen here, because it's saying to listen, which is also like learning, watching and learning, and then talk to each other. And that's the Six of Pentacles here. There's got to be some kind of balance that goes on between the situation in order for it to either be done or salvaged, one or the other. That's precious. Look at those two kissing. I like this deck because it's not all about rainbows and butterflies and love. It's more reality. And then the last card from the Lover's Oracle came out. And I think I know what this one is. It's going to be interesting to you guys. The Twin Flames. It says your passion ignites. And maybe that's what is missing here. You know, it talks about, having a conversation and working out some kind of balance. And maybe it's because somebody's afraid of what they feel. Maybe the twin flame energy is too strong for one or both. And that's why they need to figure out what it is. It's a beautiful reading, you guys. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. So let's clarify the... I might try to real quick, I'm going to clarify each one and see if it brings up more information that we need to know. So with the Five of Swords, why is that here? Somebody manifested this relationship. And they probably did not manifest one particular person, but the divine gave them somebody that they needed to be with in order to learn. And it could be they're learning from each other. Because if the divine brings two people together after somebody's manifested, you can't manifest somebody that you already know, because it would be going against their free will. You have to manifest for somebody that is somewhere out there asking for the same thing, and it just happens to be there in the same community. Yeah, two people that are in the same community, which means they probably live close to one another, or the same town, or the same state, or something like that. So the Six of Swords, why is that here? Because somebody is single here. And maybe somebody doesn't want to be single. Maybe this person is the Six of Swords is thinking about moving on because they're single. And it's like nothing's happening here. Nothing's coming to fruition. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Somebody's been planting seeds. And I think it's one or the other. I feel like it's the feminine here, though, you guys. I just feel it because the man, his heart is so broken. He's not even thinking straight or feeling good. So I feel like this feminine is feminine here too, by the way. I feel like the feminine here is definitely, she's planting seeds in hopes that this situation will grow, and maybe it will by the time spring comes. Wow. And then we have the Emperor and the Six of Pentacles together here. Let's see what the energy is for that. Or why are they here? Why is the Emperor here? He's been rejected in the past. Somebody cut him out of their life. Somebody that was kind of... I don't like to use cold energy, but this is somebody that's ruled by Libra and Virgo in Libra. So this is somebody that is very, this is somebody that if she doesn't see balance, she's going to cut something out. And maybe this Emperor and this man over here has been cut by this woman. And that's why he's bleeding. His heart is a mess. He was rejected. Whew. And then why is the Six of Pentacles here? somebody here could be dealing with a Cancer, because Cancer is the Chariot card, or the Chariot card is Cancer. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that though, because remember the Six of Pentacles talks about balance. You know, that guy that's got that little scale. I can't give too much of my money away, but I can give some, and I'll have the scale to make sure I don't give too much away. And it could be the Emperor's energies feeling that. It's like, I will give this person a small amount of attention, but I'm not going to give them everything. And that could be because this person is maybe starting to heal, and they do want a conversation, and they're starting to feel balance. Because remember, the Chariot is the balancing of the dark and the light, or the black and the white, whatever way you want to say it. And it's like somebody here is becoming balanced because of this Six of Pentacles energy, where it feels like there's going to be a conversation. And maybe the two of these can get together and have that good conversation, and it could lead to something beautiful. And let's clarify the Four of Swords. There is love here. There's love here. The King of Cups is the biggest love in the masculine area of the kings. He wears his emotions on his sleeves. He is open to love. He knows how to love. And maybe that's what's happening here. This dark person was rejected, and now they're finally resting, and maybe they're learning how to love. And maybe learning how to love again is why the card is here, the Four of Swords. Because you need that time to rest and heal. And then the last card here, the overall theme is the Two of Swords. It's a decision time between two people. Or two birds, two lovebirds. I think I've used that before. The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is looking out in the future. They've already dealt with things in their past, and maybe this is two people that are both working on their karma, trying to get their lives balanced, because it could be that both of you are, because remember, this card affects up here as well, and this is across. So, yeah, it's interesting. So anyway, with the Two of Wands, there's somebody here, and probably both of you are making a plan for the future. You're leaving the past behind, and now you're just focused on the future. And it could be a move. It could be a spiritual move. It could be, because the wands talk about the soul. So it could be anything at this point. And on the bottom of the clarifying deck, I do have the Four of Cups. This does show discontentment in love, and it could basically, honestly, it could be for both people here. Maybe they've both been through some kind of past relationships, and it's just not even worth putting forth any effort. And maybe that's why this relationship hasn't come together yet. Okay? Alright, you guys, this is the reading from the stars. I hope you enjoyed these. They're interesting, because I don't never know what I'm going to get. But thank you all for watching and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, namaste. Bye-bye.